She can't get out of her own way, it seems, Ned.
No, that's right. I got to tell you, Trish, it's such a rare combination of deep ignorance and deep arrogance, but she's pulling it off. What frightens me a little bit is the fact that we have somebody that is a member of Congress who is in our government as an elected representative. I think she might not have ever read the Constitution, Trish, because she's not only done this, she's talked about the 3 branches of Congress, how she's going to get to Congress and she's going to sign bills. It's as though she might never have even taken a civics course in her life. And when you read that interview with Politico, she certainly never took logic, because it is a bizarre logic that the whole conversation revolves around. He running for president, we've got an equal rights amendment, the Republicans going to have to pass it. It's kind of bizarre, but you know what? She lacks complete self-awareness, and she just keeps right on going.
She keeps going. Well, I guess you got to admire for that, maybe. Andrew, I mean, are you embarrassed at all that she's part of your party? Do you watch the things that she does and the things that she says and say, oh my goodness, not again?
I'm not embarrassed at all. I'm not embarrassed at all, Trish. Look, this was at an event. It was a joke that she was making, and she made a slip up, right? But here's the reality. The reality is that the Democratic Party right now is a big tent party, right? We are welcoming to those on the far left and welcoming to those more moderates. We are willing to take folks who used to be Republicans, who don't identify with the Republicans anymore, and we're willing to take folks like Ocasio-Cortez, right? And the reality is she has inspired millions of Americans to get behind the Democratic Party and to fight for fairness and equality. And her point she was making, to be honest with you, Trish, is actually, I can tell you where it's valid. Republicans in Congress. Republicans in Congress, Republicans in Congress, hold on, Trish, last point here, Republicans in Congress, right, have not stood for equality time and time again.
No, that is, you know what, that's really not fair. I mean, I'll let you take a stab at that one, Ned, but, you know, I don't think that's a fair characterization for you to make, Ned.
It's not fair at all. Obviously, we're all for you know what the thing about Republicans is, Trish, and it's amazing when the left points at us and says that we're somehow racist or we're misogynist. I don't see color and I don't see gender. I see talent, and everybody with talent, regardless of race or gender, should have equal opportunity. And the other thing too with our policies, Trish, they're colorblind, they're gender blind. Our tax policy, our economic policy, the rising tide lifts all ships. The last thing I'll say about this that does frighten me, what was just said, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is frightening because you know that she is not alone. There are many like her who I consider deeply ignorant, but they are coming, and she is not a small percentage. And when she starts to talk about we should go 100% renewable energy because it will solve racial issues, it's unbelievable.
I know, she's often in left field, so to speak. But Andrew, let me go back to you for a second, because you say, you know, you're a big tent party. Do you really believe in the socialist direction of your party? I mean, I think, I'm going to just give you a little advice here, right? I think that, you know, the party of yesteryear of the Democrats is disappearing, and I think that is actually problematic for you, because
I don't think we're
you look at those,
you
know, coal miners in Pennsylvania, and they didn't relate to Hillary Clinton, and they're not going to relate to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
And that's why we're a big tent party, right? Because we elected many of the incoming freshmen, the over 40 that are incoming, come from a diverse set of backgrounds. Look at the victories we had in Virginia. Very moderate candidates there won.
But don't you want to have at least a central theme in your economic policy, rather than you all work and we'll take that money and redistribute it all?
That's not what we're saying at all, right? We want to make sure that we're being equal and fair. And what Ned is saying here is just absolutely absurd. You guys in Congress, the Republicans, have voted time and time again against equal pay for equal work. So I don't understand how you say you can stand for you put aside race and you put aside color.
That's the talking point that we keep hearing. I mean, whether you're racist, whether you're sexist, I mean, whether you're Islamophobic, that's all you got. And what I would emphasize is to think about the policy, as we do every single night on this show. Policy matters, and you can talk about this group and that group and identity politics all you want, but it is lower taxes, less regulation that will make a difference in our economy and will make a difference in every single person's future.
And it's made a difference for the